Hello. I'd like to discuss with you something that I think is really, really important. And it's a concern that I have and have had almost since I've been here at St. Bernard of Clairvaux. Occasionally, people have found consecrated hosts on the floor of the church, actually in the pews. Doesn't happen often, just very occasionally, but I hear it every once in a while. And of course, this is a grave concern. The other thing that I see is that I see people coming forward at the communion line with a pyx and asking for communion. Obviously, they're taking it home. I assume for the sick, but I don't know if they're commissioned Eucharistic ministers for the sick. So I need to remind all of you, all of us, of some church teaching. One, to take the Blessed Sacrament out of the church without the express permission of the pastor is a grave sin. You don't take it out of the church without permission. And there's a way of doing it that you must be taught how to do. That's very, very important. And we've kind of gotten this lack of reverence, and I really want to kind of begin to stress that as we're moving along now. Sometimes you see Eucharistic ministers for the sick with a metal pyx, and they're called forward to receive their pyx with the consecrated host in it to go out to the sick. That's okay. That's been done. Sometimes you see Eucharistic ministers walking through the church at the end of communion with a ciborium, and they're taking it to those who can't walk forward. That's all okay, and it's in a metal ciborium. And all of those people are commissioned by me. Now, I can delegate and have delegated Father Simon also to give this permission, but that's the limit of it right now. One of the reasons this is coming even more forward is there's an event coming in our city, in Scottsdale, by the Church of Satan. It's a kind of a crazy thing. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. It's sad, but there is a concern by the church that there may be some people that'll come to Mass and try to take the Blessed Sacrament home or to their celebration so they can desecrate it. So this is a general rule for all of us, but this event kind of brings it to the fore, brings it to the front. My brothers and sisters, if you see someone walking back from communion and taking the Eucharist out of their mouth, or if you see them with the Eucharist in their hand, they received it in their hand and did not receive it. Now, usually Eucharistic ministers will watch for that and try and catch them, but if you see somebody carrying it back, please ask them to consume the host. Ask them to consume it. Or if they refuse, ask them to give it to you, because it cannot simply be taken. If they refuse that, then please notify the ushers. And the ushers will know what to do in that case. That's why we have ushers here. So this is a really important issue. It's the whole issue of as a church, reverencing the Blessed Sacrament and reverencing properly. And especially in our culture today, we have more and more and more lost the whole concept of reverence. And so that's something I'm probably going to be trying to stress in this coming year in my time with you. Just it's not rules, it's reverence. My brothers and sisters, it's important that our response to all these misguided people doing things wrong, is to pray for them. Not to judge them, not to get all uptight about them, just pray for them. That's all we can do. And that's all we're called to do right now. But at the same time, while we are in Mass, we're called to be reverent. Always reverent. And I think for all of us, that's a good word to remember as we're preparing to come to Mass, as we're in Mass, and as we're leaving from Mass. That issue of reverence be important. So while we're concerned with other people, always when I say things like this, I'm always saying, but we also have to look at ourselves and be sure we're setting the example that we are being reverent as well. Most of the time we are. I trust that we are. And when I hear from guests that come here, I hear that all the time. How much they really appreciate coming here to our parish, how welcoming we are, how reverent we are. People talk about how they love the Eucharist here. But let's be sure that we're setting a good example all the time, and that we're being also vigilant for those who maybe don't know how to receive the Eucharist, how to celebrate with us. So I give this to you. I trust you totally, and I trust that you will be able to handle this. If you have questions if you have any questions about all of this, you can talk. We'll talk to the ushers about it. Also, of course, Kathy, Ryan, Father Simon, myself, we're all able to do some teaching for you about what's going on. I thank you very much, and I look forward to wonderful celebrations, especially this weekend as we celebrate with Order Malta, the World Day of the Sick and Anointing of the Sick, and then as we celebrate on Sunday as well. So God bless you all, and thank you very much.